Conway Scenic Railroad's in business. We can hear that in the background. So let's talk about parking for this trail for a minute. This trail is located right next to LL Bean in North Conway, New Hampshire. Through the parking lot at LL Bean, it is posted no river access, LL Bean parking only. So we did find a corner spot in the LL Bean parking lot that we were going to park at, although it was quite close to one of their signs saying no river access. So we decided to move over to a parking spot by the trailhead, and parking for that on their site is maybe for 3 cars. So parking is a little bit of an issue if you come out to hike these trails. I'm sure LL Bean will leave you alone, but I wasn't going to take the chance today. As you can see right now, the paths here are quite narrow, so anybody with mobility issues, scooters, walkers, whatever they may have, would find this to be a bit difficult. It's clear when we're done hiking this path, we're going to have to do a tick check, because as you can see, it's quite overgrown here, and we're brushing through this tall grass and these plants. So I'm sure we're going to pick up a few freeloaders that we will have to check for when we get done. This trail that we're doing here is a loop trail. It's a short one, about a mile long, from what the literature says. There's a couple areas where the trail branches off in here. We're going to walk out towards the Saco River, walk along that for a bit. Eventually the trail ends a short distance down. We'll have to turn around, come back, and finish the loop, which will take us back to the parking area. But walking out here, as you can see, it widens out quite nicely. This trail should bring us down by the Saco River, and we'll walk alongside the Saco River for a short distance before we have to turn around and come back on this trail. It's a beautiful day to be out here walking. It's nice and sunny, 78 degrees, a real light breeze, keeping any mosquitoes or bugs away right now. We haven't been bothered by any of them. But then again, we did spray up with off before we came out on the trail, so maybe that's helping a little. And it looks like the trail's going to narrow back down to a footpath. Well, that nice wide path was short-lived. And here you can see we've been walking along the side of the Saco River. See if I can get down here without taking a swim. I was hoping that we'd be able to follow the river on our right, but with all the brush and trees here, even though the river's 10-15 feet away from us, you can't see it at all. But if you're ever up in this area and you kayak or you canoe, the Saco River is an awesome river to get on and go down. Great swimming, fishing, boating on that river. Let's see if we can get another glimpse of the river from here. Well, we have the river in front of us, but getting a good, clear view of it isn't going to work out for us too well here. And we're coming up on the Saco River again. We're going to get a quick view of it through the brush. Looks like we're gonna hike right down to a beach area. What the river is known for. Not many sandy beaches. Very small rocks, but they are nice places to lay out and do some swimming. Water level's up a little bit. A little bit of a current flowing through the river this time of year. A number of campgrounds along the Saco River in New Hampshire. Plenty of places to pull your camper or tent in and have some awesome days on the river. This looks like it's the end of the trail. We'll poke around here for a few minutes, turn around, head back, see what else we can find. I don't know if you could hear that on the video, but the Conway Scenic Railroad is down in Conway. Sounds like they're heading their way back north. So the Conway Scenic Railroad, when it heads south to Conway, it's a short train ride, less than an hour round trip. But when it leaves the North Conway station and goes north, and it goes up into Crawford's Notch, it leaves with two engines pulling the train north so that it can make the elevation. It goes up into the mountains. The views from up there are spectacular. Great for taking pictures and videos. They have a bridge you've got to cross up there. It's named Frankenstein's Trestle. And if you look at it from the highway, from a distance, it looks like it's just hanging off the side of the mountain. But when you get up there and you actually go over it, the views are outstanding. The train gets up to Crawford's Notch, and up there it'll stop for a short moment, enough for you to get off the train, go into the gift store, get some snacks, use the facilities if you have to, get on the train, and from there it heads back south to North Conway Station. That's at least a couple hour round trip ride. It's one of our favorite rides. We try to do that at least once a year when we get up here. And apparently they had some good trail maintenance out here. Took care of this tree when it went across the trail. Cut a path through it. And it looks like we're back on the loop trail again, back to the little footpath, as you can see. Hopefully this thins out a little bit, otherwise we're going to be transporting some critters back with us. When you do go out hiking, I do recommend that you have some sort of a app on your phone so that you can keep yourself honest in being on the trails. I've glanced at it a few times just to make sure that we're staying honest and staying on the trail, and we are. But I do use it on every hike we go out. I made a comment earlier about them keeping the trails open from blowdowns, but I think I'm going to retract that comment. This one's been down a while. People have actually kind of changed the trail a little bit to the path to get around it. When we started in on the trail and we were looking at the trailhead map, they were showing a few selections of trails, telling you which blazes to follow for which trail. They had a yellow one, a red one, and a silver one. The trail that we're on, I have not seen a single blaze to identify the trail. I'm not saying they're not there, I just did not come across one. And we're meeting up where we first came in. We just have a short hike back, up a little bit of a grade to the parking lot.
I set to thinking I could make something of me, playing every game except the lottery, serving everybody else and told myself I'm free.
And LL Bean is on our left here, and the trailhead is right in front of us. This will conclude this little adventure. That ends this hike on the Dahl Wildlife Sanctuary. A few statistics for those of you that count steps. It was about 4,000 steps. It was 1.85 miles, about an hour to hike it, and it had an elevation gain of only 56 feet. But as you can see in the video, the trail was questionable at best as far as anybody with mobility issues. This is not a good trail for them to hike on. It only opens up nice and wide for a very short period of time, and then the rest of it is a footpath throughout. Although you do get an awesome view of the Saco River. If it was a warmer day and I had my bathing suit on, I would have taken a dip in the river while we were down by the beach. But other than that, until I see you on the next trail, have a great day.